Well, welcome back to Factorio building the Hyperbase, where we are building the fueling for our Hyperbase, way out down here for the iron and steel. Well, actually this bit's only for the iron, for these long iron trains. I'll actually need to do some more in here, and we need to leave room because there's an additional facility that needs to come under here for this extra iron. Excuse me, for when we bump blue science up to maximum. How are we doing on science? 2.8 per minute, so we've actually dropped again. I might just quickly see what the cause is. Basically I'm looking to see, okay, it's normal science is not running quite fast enough. And the hold up is it's filling up in yellow science, and we're back to this guy again. Not quite full and waiting on green circuits. So what's going on there? None almost. Not enough, and not enough there either. Missing iron. Missing iron. Missing iron. Why are you missing iron? You don't want to move for some reason. Oh. I've got like 3 iron here. $80K. Why do you have a problem? Iron smelts. Did I not tell this to... Did I stop this so that I could... manual. There you go. I'm an idiot. Great way to start with me being an idiot. Alright, never mind. Yes. It helps when you set up this fueling, if you've stopped a train, so that you can find where all the engines are for spacing, that you tell it to go again when you are done. And that seems to have been the problem here. This shouldn't take particularly long to fill and hopefully clear. Yeah, that was what our problem was. Anyway, let's get back to planning out how this is going to go. So basically we need this to go below the bottom here. This is for the refueling element. We possibly need a bit more room than we're allowing. Yes, we do, because we need an extra. We need some extra, so let's just give it a bit of extra space. I don't know that I need to be too concerned about this copper at this point. I don't think I need to go and exploit anything that I'm not already exploiting. I just need to work out where we're trying to head to. Okay, so I need to come up here. It wouldn't hurt to do something like that. Hopefully it makes sense back where we were. Now I know that I started putting something, there we go. That is the return actually, so That's probably the one that I want to connect to, I think. What is it? Yeah, it is actually. So I might need to change some of this. But let's just see what we can do. This angled track actually isn't the best. It sort of doubles up the collision detection for your rails, so it's not actually the recommended way of doing it. So I try and avoid it, but there's also only so long that I'm prepared to try and lay rails. And I don't want the traditional wires down the middle everywhere, because that just adds to UPS 2, even if it's not huge for each individual one. If you do it in a whole bunch of places where you don't need it, it just adds up. Okay. Well, no, stupid plane. There's the convenience of not actually laying it the first time. It's very easy to remove it. Do I have room for this to go up here? No, I don't. That's what I was afraid of. Guess we're going to have to move everything out then, aren't we? Thought I'd shut that thing down. Just give me a second, people. Alright, good. So what this basically means is that where this is coming up is too soon. This one is all wrong. But instead should be connecting over to there, and this one here is slightly too far. Should be going up like so, and let me me see if I can find the pattern that I used for it. Ah, nice. Attack. Let's get another one happening. Now, I think that is 1, 2, no, that's not all of it. That one must be all of it, yes. Oh, no, that one is still only half of it. That one is the one. Might have to just invoke a little bit of Invini Zoom here. To get a slightly better scaling. Those are just yeah, something like that. Now, that doesn't entirely cover this area because we're way down here, and the trains that come through these parts and these parts are not currently fueled either, but this will keep the ore provision at least partly going. So I might need another stop here that then just supplies up here. BSI. No, I'd need one there and another one here, which I guess we can do. The other thing that we're looking for is, well, we can definitely get, well, we need to be there again, don't we? I could just drop off at the back here and transport via bot, since this isn't a bot network anymore. It'd be a low volume bot. Carry on, and maybe it could deliver over here for this ore train as well. And then up here for this one. It's kind of what we need, I think. Let's go up there and just see what we can do. I could try and have it coming back in the opposite direction. Oh, and this one as well. Needs fuel. So let's work on having it come back in the other direction. That's not one. Something like that would probably suffice. Like so. and from there, yeah, another one sort of here to feed these two, which will effectively be that one. Maybe I should do this one through here as a way of feeding these as well. It's not a bad idea. So you guys, let's use a rare design. Like so. Aha. Okay, this is one of those situations where we need to do it manually. Okay. Come back over here. This one will have to be the the front kind of one if we are to have any success. Unless we put it on the other side, in which case it would be a lot easier for it to work. Might be better actually, that one. As long as I can get around this corner. Okay. That was actually going to be the last one. So no. we go. And the rest of this can go jump. What are we up to? 344 in mining productivity. Not too bad. So yes, this feeds the trains here. This one here will feed this train, and this one with a fairly... oh, we've got bots all the way through here. Yeah, that could be interesting. I guess we'll figure it out. Let's just start laying track. So time for bots. See what we run out of. While we're doing it, let's just have a look. If anything, we've slowed down in science slightly. It may have taken some time for that blue to flow through. Oh yeah. There's a lot of track around here. Gonna need a bunch more. It doesn't matter if we miss a couple of bits because we have to come back to do the other line anyway. Almost out of rail at about the most distant part of the map we could possibly get to. We still have some of those, that's good. And inserters, that's good too. And I think that means we're out of rail. Yes, it does. Okay. Time to head back to... it's still really the starter base. It's definitely a base that is going to end up being deconstructed. That's a very long way away from here. And it's our source of all materials at the moment. Time for a sip of my drink. Okay, where are we now? Right, we're getting close. Close-ish. Yeah, just over here. So yes, this is a jet with full... If you know the aircraft mod, we've got the make this go as fast as possible stuff on board. Yeah, well, that one could go down there. Let's make sure we've got a stack of those, and we don't really need this rocket fuel at the moment. So that's 2800. Don't think I'm going to need that tank. I definitely aren't going to need that coal. So that's 3000. Alright, let's get 3000 rail. We have 3000 sitting there. 46,000 stone. Let's take a look at our auto building of solar. Still a little bit of time before this bit will be finished. And then we've got 2 more sections. Hopefully that's enough. We'll worry about it if it's not later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And another tech. Why not? We will do more of the worker robot speed, but probably not until we're at max pace. Still a little bit. So once this one reaches 100, we should be done. Quite sure how you ended up with iron plates in there. There. So hopefully that will make a dent on all the stone that we're picking up. And we can go back and resume our work on our rail. I might actually start at this end, since we have to kind of traverse this area anyway. Just passed over our module build back there. That's something else that we're going over unbuilt areas of steel. I may have come over too far, possibly, yes. That's where the fuel is exiting from. No, it's the other side of that. So that comes down here, and this is the beginning of our rail leg. I probably should make sure this is signalled in a way that the trains will appreciate. Oh, that's right, it comes down this side, doesn't it? There we go. So, I think all of this rail has been set up. All we need to do is swap over to bots, jump on board the plane, and do another little rolling build. This time it might matter a bit more if we miss some, so I'll take a little bit more care. Not to mention we now have no more battery, so the bots are going to take a little bit longer to charge up. How's our resources? We are barely over 2. We've used about 1,000 already. Just as well, rail doesn't really take that long to build, huh? And we do need to get rid of that 46,000 stone somehow. That's just what our bots building the solar, and whatever we've brought back to the base has sort of moved out of the way. It slowly accumulates there and gets reused as rail. But it seems that we actually pick it up faster than we reuse it, because rail doesn't actually use very much stone. How's that? Under 2,000 now. and I'm getting a bunch of bots that need charging following me. So we might have to do this whole little trick to pick them up. Some people call it cheating, but what are you cheating really? Especially when there's no... It's not like I'm in that race against Vita Evolution, so saving some time is just making the whole thing a little bit more interesting. Not really an issue. And that didn't help that much, as you can see, because we're already back into that position. The fusion reactors by themselves just can't keep up. I have 3 of them. Plus we're into our last 1,000 of the rail. Alright guys. Here we go. Let's get rid of that. If our bots ever start doing work. Looks like, whoops, very difficult to get just the piece that you want in these situations. There we go. I did not get more power, that was silly. I suspect we're going to have to go back to the main base again though. I don't think we're going to have enough to complete this. I do wish sometimes this would be slightly more sensible. Who wants these ridiculous loops wrapping back around themselves generally? It shouldn't be like the default behavior. It should be, it's hard to achieve that rather crazy behavior. You've got to go out of your way rather than the other way around where it's hard not to achieve it. Seems a little bit backwards to me. Okay, so where are we getting? I'm going to have to check that link, see if it works. There we go. Just back up, make sure all of that gets covered. Right, here we go. Let's just jump out, make sure this does work properly. We certainly don't want that bit. Yes, it does work properly. Okay. So we're down to under 500 now. Again, not doing what we want it to. You never know, we might be able to connect this rail up yet. Before we run out. We're going to have to go up here again. Damn, lost that bit. Let's try that. To a 120 rail left. Hopefully that is... Oh, we haven't even finished that bit there. $88. Why don't you just play yourself there? So we have just one collection, not 100 different collections. Okay, 89. One guy lost out the back. Okay, we got all that. Wow, 3,000 rail and we've got 65 left. That was pretty good. So, now we need to build out probably, oh, grab these guys. Possibly 3 in the wild still. Yeah, build out the most important ones. I mean, they're all important in their own right, but some are just more important little snowflakes than others. So, here, for example, I may have put that too high. I think I have. It's not this and this, it is... Oh no, I think it's right after all. This is just adding extra refueling for the train itself. I guess we'll take that off. So yeah, these are intended to fill these ones. I guess I need the train to come. How you doing? 716, and you have 584. So that right there is probably the 716. For some reason it doesn't want to take the 716. This one's completely empty, this one nothing. And I bet I don't have any purple. Turn one into an active provider to force it to take from there. Or, you know, it's still 716, so what we do instead is we just say go there. Is that the one we're after? I'm not sure. Here it comes. How are we doing for fuel? We've actually got tons. Let's put it to manual so it doesn't run away, and we'll try and remember this time to take it off manual before we go. Right, you can go off manual now. Ah, it didn't even count. It doesn't load, of course, because we don't have the T signal at that point. So these are all requesting for rocket fuel. So at most, their top up is just going to request one bot. General idea anyway. Okay. Do have some bots. Actually, it doesn't matter if these two networks combine. All things considered, probably vaguely better if they don't, but it doesn't really matter. Something like that. Oh, we better tell the other train that we want it as well. Here we go, it's coming. So I guess we will tell this one to wait for us as well. Manual, notice they all stop. That should be fine. You can go again. And let's get their inserters. okay. Oh, you are on automatic. Oh, 79,000. Where's the one that's slow to fill up? One at the very front, of course. So we need to try and get another. That's not doing anything. Try and get another module or two, beacon, to affect that one. Not that it was very long, really. I mean, the sort of colloquial consideration as far as these direct-to-train mining operations go is that you need about 500 mining productivity. Well, we're 70% of the way there. So yeah, it's definitely happening. We are really missing our lack of those. It doesn't look like we need any more of those. I might bump that up to 100. Just to be sure. So this one could be instead BS iron refill, unless we already have one. Blue Science iron refuel. Doesn't look like it. That's right, we're coming this way, aren't we? This is Purple Science, Stone, refuel. And might as well refuel at the earliest opportunity rather than waiting to get into the other part. And we need some of these guys. This should be full, so it shouldn't be able to pick up fuel. And we need a couple of those, and probably say 10 of those. That's probably too many. I didn't actually leave any down by Blue Science, so maybe I'll drop some off down there now. Oh, they'll fly away. That's why I didn't. Guys, I'm a little bit conscious of how long we are running for. Actually, I'll give them half of that. So I think what I'm going to do is wrap it up here, but you can at least see that, and I'll probably finish off these. There's only this one, there's only two more, this one being a little bit longer, but at least that will get fuel to our remote trains, or some of them. We still don't have 100% coverage, unfortunately, so there's still a few areas that I need to look out for, but we are getting better. And anyway, thanks for joining me for this, and I look forward to seeing you in the next, where we may move off refueling, possibly, unless I want to try and weave it in here somewhere. Actually, I need to build a refuel here as well for these things. But yeah, moving on from refueling, we can finish off sort of the science build and then the launching build and accelerate up to our eventual 8K. How are these going? Not going, not going, going. So we're really down. It is taking too long to cycle, so I guess possibly the rockets are going to take priority. There's only so much I can push them, but may have to observe which one is taking, which part of it is taking the time. Where is the rocket train? There it is. Yeah, which one is next for... oh, that one's next. Next for science. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.